All right, guys. Welcome back. DailyRotoHelp.com, bringing them the bacon, MLB DFS video. It's Friday. It's August 10th. We're going to go over a bunch of things while I wait for people to get in here while it's live. But for the people that are watching this once it posts to YouTube, go ahead and do your MLB home run contest. Go ahead and predict who you think is going to hit a home run and what inning. You get both of those correct, you're going to win a free month of daily Roto Help MLB content. So before we get started, just wanted to go through and look at today's weather, just like we normally do, see if there's any weather concerns. And when I looked earlier this morning, there was some weather concerns, so I kind of want to see if it's changing. So while I get that up here, let me go ahead and make sure everything else is ready to go, which I think it is. So kind of just looking at the weather. There's a little bit of rain for the Boston at Baltimore game, but it appears, as of right now, as of this video at 11:45 a.m., it looks like it will be after the game, unless obviously the system moves up. And it can. It's got 6 hours to move up, but right now it looks good. Same thing with Arizona at Cincinnati. It's kind of the same cell. Looks like it'll be after. The game in Atlanta is the one that pops out the most. It looks like the game in Atlanta could possibly, and if anyone's ever lived in the South or Atlanta anyway, you kind of know weather is kind of unpredictable with rain because it can get so hot and humid down there. So kind of monitoring this right now. This is the one that I would monitor the most. This one is the one that I could see a postponement. It should be good, but it's going to be really humid, so the ball should fly out of there. So I would be looking at bats if I were you in this game, in the Atlanta game. So that's the weather. I mean, there's not much going on, so that's a plus. You just definitely, when you are looking for when you're going to be looking for hitters, look for hitters in humid ballparks or against a terrible, terrible pitcher. So that being said, there's the first game on the slate, Nationals at the Cubs, but it's an early game. It's the Cubs always seem to have early games like this. Hellickson versus Hendricks. No one's probably going to be playing it. If I am playing one, I'm looking at Hendricks for sure. I don't know why I'm getting a call from Mississippi or Michigan. But looking at that, obviously I doubt any of you are going to play the early game. You could, but I highly doubt anyone will. If it's even on the slate, I don't know if it is. So that brings us to the Red Sox at the Orioles. Like I said, the weather should hold off. It's Nate Eovaldi versus Dylan Bundy. I'm looking at the Red Sox as a stack. You can't pitch against them really. And I'm looking at Eovaldi. Now, if you were to just look at Eovaldi's just numbers against the Orioles, 54 plate appearances, 396 batting average. But if you were to look at Eovaldi's game log from this season so far, I'm not sure if he's faced the Orioles. I assume he did since he was with Baltimore. That's not what I want. Since he was with Tampa Bay in the same division, and then he got traded to the same division. I would not be surprised. So against the Yankees, his last start, he went ahead and did 8 innings, only 4 Ks. So has he played Baltimore this season? He has not actually faced Baltimore, and per numbers, he's given up a 396, but he's been pretty good so far. Against New York, 8 innings, 4 Ks. Against the Twins, 7 innings, 5 Ks. Against Miami, 6 innings, 8 Ks, and only 1 earned run. He's done really well. He's got the offense behind him in Baltimore. So I actually really like Eovaldi here. Cash or GPP, SP1 or SP2 at this point when they have the offense of the Red Sox behind them. It's really hard to go against them. Next game on the slate, Rangers at the Yankees. You got Mike Minor versus Masahiro Tanaka. I'm not taking a pitcher against the Yankees in Yankee Stadium, especially a lefty in Mike Minor. The Yankees smash lefties. I went with Stanton yesterday. I think you'd go at him again. He hit the hardest ball ever hit per StatCast, and he beat his own record. I saw a stat, the last 10 hardest hit home runs in the major leagues has been Stanton and Judge. Obviously, Judge is out. Stanton has stepped up considerably. So I'm looking for the Yankees righties to absolutely mash Mike Minor tonight. Masahiro Tanaka, I don't know what that was. Masahiro Tanaka, he's been on another level lately. 74 plate appearances, 275 batting average against him. Absolutely love Mike Minor to get rocked and Masahiro Tanaka to dominate. Alex said, so should I make a small stack of Boston? Betts, JD, and Andrew are expensive. Yeah. I mean, they are. If I'm looking for, I'd probably go JD and Andrew. I know Betts is expensive, but looking for that, I would probably go small stack. Or depending if you can find a GPP pitcher, it depends. Okay, Rays of the Blue Jays, Blake Snell versus Marco Estrada. Now, Blake Snell was on a pitch count yesterday. Let's see, or last start. Looking at Blake Snell, now he is coming. It's the second start after coming off the injury. Last time he was on a pitch count, he only went 4 innings against the White Sox. 1 earned run, which was a home run, and 3 Ks. I don't know if his leash is going to be a little bit longer this time. He does have a matchup against the Toronto Blue Jays. Unfortunately, since we don't know how many innings Snell is actually going to go out there, I don't want you guys to pay up or have to pay up for Snell in that situation. The Blue Jays did hit a lot of, I mean, they scored a lot yesterday. Blake Snell's a better pitcher, but his just coming back from the injury, you never know what they're going to do. Obviously, Tampa Bay is not in any contention. Well, they're doing all right, but they're not really in any contention for anything. So there's really no reason to push Blake Snell even more. So I would not be surprised if he goes maybe 5 innings. I'm not taking Marco Estrada. He's 321 batting average and 62 plate appearances against Tampa Bay. I could see Tampa Bay as a sneaky stack that you might not be looking at. You got the D-backs at the Reds. Now, this is the one that we don't know about, not sure about the weather. I think we should be good. Clay Buchholz versus Anthony DeSclafani. Buchholz, 30 plate appearances, 276 batting average. DeSclafani, 34 plate appearances, 469. As we say before, Great American Ballpark, hit a ton of home runs there. I think you'd be looking at the D-backs. I don't trust either of these pitchers enough, and you could be looking at the D-backs, especially with the weather that we don't know how it's going to be. Twins at the Tigers, Irvin Santana versus Jordan Zimmerman. The tale of 2 former really good pitchers who are this season so far. I'm looking at the offenses here. I'm not really looking at the pitchers. Santana, 98 plate appearances, 297 batting average. Jordan Zimmerman, 109 plate appearances, 276. Mets at the Marlins, Zack Wheeler versus Jose Urena. Wheeler, 69 plate appearances, 250 batting average. Urena, 60 plate appearances, 286. I actually really like Zack Wheeler. The problem is it's the Mets offense. Can they put up enough runs for him? It has depended a lot lately. It seems like they put more runs up for Zack Wheeler than they have for DeGrom this season for whatever reason. So I'm kind of leaning Wheeler in this one. Brewers at the Braves, like I said, the weather, we don't know. It should hold off, but it's going to be hot, humid. I'm looking to get some bats in here. Freddie Peralta, 23 plate appearances, 158 batting average. He's a righty. I'm looking to get in Atlanta's lefties. I'm looking at Freeman. I'm looking at Albies. I'm even looking at Acuna. I know he's a righty, but I'm looking at him. He has, home runs in back-to-back nights, I believe. And he not only hits home runs, he steals bases. Liking an Atlanta stack here. Kevin Gausman kind of got, I don't want to say lit up, but he didn't perform as well as we thought he might his first game for Atlanta last week. So maybe he'll have another bounce back day, but I don't trust him enough, especially with how humid it's going to be. So I'm looking at bats in the Brewers and Braves game. Indians at the White Sox, Shane Bieber versus Carlos Rodon. I could see either of these being GPP just because how bad the White Sox are, and Rodon and 191 plate appearances, 215 batting average against him. He would be a contrarian GPP. So if you are looking to build a GPP, you're looking at a GPP pitcher, either Shane Bieber or Carlos Rodon, I don't mind. Mariners at the Astros. Mike Leake versus Gerrit Cole. Now, yesterday I said James Paxton over Verlander, and Paxton came away with the win, so he is still undefeated against the Astros this season. Leake, 73 plate appearances, 239. Gerrit Cole, 128 plate appearances, 262. I think Gerrit Cole might be a cash option. I think Mike Leake might be a GPP, but Mike Leake's been pretty damn good this season. He's been serviceable, and he's been a huge surprise because when he was with the Cardinals, he was just terrible. So I don't mind if you use either of them, but I think Leake is more of a GPP pitcher for tonight's slate. Cardinals at the Royals, Austin Gomber versus Birch Smith. You could look at Gomber just because his track record this season. He's had some good outings. He's had some bad, and he gets to face the Royals, who are just absolutely terrible. Dodgers at the Rockies is the one. Now, Kenta Maeda against John Gray. Maeda, 144 plate appearances, 220 batting average, which is really good, but the game is being played at Coors, so that does scare me. John Gray, 92 plate appearances, 238 batting average. I'm probably looking at if I were to lean for a GPP, just because I think of how low the average would be and the ownership would probably be less than 5%, Maeda, because it is Coors. If you want to go contrarian GPP, which is pretty much what it's going to take to win a GPP or at least place pretty high, I would be looking at a single entry GPP, and I'd be looking at Maeda here. So I see some questions in the chat. I will answer those after I get through the pitchers, which we don't have very many left. We have 3 games left, I believe, just so I can get everything done, and maybe you guys will be answered by then. But I would be looking at Maeda as GPP because it's Coors, like I said. Athletics at the Angels, Brett Anderson versus Felix Pena. Anderson, 21 plate appearances, 100 batting average. I mean, it's Brett Anderson. I don't really trust him, but he's got firepower behind him with the A's lineup lately. Felix Pena, 3 plate appearances, 333. He's given up a hit. Hasn't seen him much to be able to do anything. Phillies at Padres, Zach Eflin versus Jacob Nix. Neither player has seen the other opposing team. So I would look at Eflin because it is Petco. It is a pitcher's park. And then the final game on the slate, Pirates at the Giants. Clay Holmes versus Derek Holland. Derek Holland, 42 plate appearances, 154. I don't care about that. I still think he could get lit up. So I am not looking for anything in that. I'm looking at another, possibly it worked, Pirates bat. So Starling Marte again. We had him yesterday. Pretty much just look at some Pirates righties and see how it goes from there. So we did have a few Pirates in our – we had David Freese, and we had, I think, a couple other Pirates yesterday within our FanDuel and DK lineups on the website, and did pretty well. I think the FanDuel lineup got 173 or 178. Need a cash game lineup, single bullet F FanDuel. Best stack to do a cash around today. Depending on the weather, the Braves could be one. The Yankees could be one if you want to intermingle and mix those. I'm doing a single game on FanDuel, Cubs versus Washington. I like Eaton, Baez, Schwarber. Do you have another angle for sneaky hitter? Let's see who's actually in the starting lineup. It will depend if Baez is up high in the lineup. So Baez is in there at 2. I like that. Going against Hellickson, 356 batting average on the season. David Bodie, I don't know how you say his name. He's probably pretty cheap. I'm not 100% sure how much he actually costs, but I would assume Bodie is probably pretty cheap, right? Probably not a lot to go with that. I mean, Russell's batting dead last. I don't like him. You kind of want to look at the top five-ish batters. I mean, Schwarber's down there. So if I'm looking single game FanDuel, well, yeah, Schwarber. I think David Bodie could be a sneaky option as well, and he's probably pretty cheap. Well, I guess if it's a one-game thing, the salaries might be a little bit different, so that's something I would look at. Greg, you're doing a head-to-head. I would play 50-50s. You have a better option you have better odds to cash in a 50-50 instead of a head-to-head. So that's just We've been doing this for 4 years. I would probably go 50-50s instead of head-to-heads there. So let's look at some of the bats real quick. So I did go over all of the pitchers. If you guys would like to see it narrowed down, so I went over all 30 pitchers. If you would like to see it narrowed down, I think there's like 8 or 9 that we like out of all of those. That's in the article. Now, the article is free. It's just click the link down below in the description of this video. Or actually, since this video is live right now, let me get this. I'll get the article and I'll just post it straight to you guys. So, like I've said, there's the article for today, guys. So if you want to check it out, we have some of the pitchers that we like. If you want to check out the bats that we like on the slate, that'll be in our cheat sheet. You'll have to sign up for that. So I am still looking for one more season-long fantasy football person that wants to do a draft. I believe we have 9 right now. No, we have 11. So if I can get one more, it'll be 12, and that's a perfect setup. It's a $100 buy-in. If you have any questions, please comment. Actually, email me, support@dailyrotohelp.com, because I have an email going, and I would like to have everyone who's interested in that in the email so we can get it set. I believe 5-6 people have paid. I'm looking to make sure everything is good to go before we go. If once you say you're interested, I'll send you the link, and we can decide on when a draft can be, anything like that. So, Greg, wait till this video does go live and sits on YouTube, and then put the comment in there so I don't have to scroll through the chat here in case we do have a bunch of questions. But for anyone who has wondered, it's Yahoo. It's not a keeper league. It's just a regular redraft. We had 14 teams last year for $50 buy-in. We're doing up to 14 teams this year for $100 buy-in. So if you're interested, email me and let me know. So any bats that jump out at me real quick while looking? Yes, you finally caught the live a little bit. I mean, it's towards the tail end, but if you have any questions. So looking at what bats jump out at me on the slate, Victor Martinez against Irvin Santana is 15 for 40 with 4 home runs, 375 batting average. Stanton against Mike Minor, 7 for 21 with 4 home runs. So I already love Stanton because it's a lefty at Yankee Stadium. I love him even more because he's batted 333 and only 5 strikeouts out of 29 plate appearances. Daniel Murphy against Kyle Hendricks, 5 for 19 with a double and 4 home runs. You'd be looking at Daniel Murphy. I know you said a sneaky player in that game, and he's not really sneaky, but he might still be cheaper because he's started the season off slow since coming back from injury. Logan Morrison against Jordan Zimmerman, 4 for 24 and a double and 3 home runs. Doesn't have 9 strikeouts, but all of his hits have been extra base hits, if that helps. Mookie Betts against Dylan Bundy, 7 for 29 with 3 home runs. He's been absolutely on fire. Evan Gattis against Mike Leake, 2 for 13. Those 2 hits were home runs, though. Odor against Tanaka, 3 for 12 with 2 home runs. Odor has been pretty good this season, at least lately. He's been on fire. Tanaka has been giving up some home runs. It is a lefty batter in Yankee Stadium. If Tanaka was going to slip up and give home runs, could be Odor. He's probably pretty cheap. Okay, so Greg, what else can I play besides 50-50s? To be honest with you, GPP or depending on what your bankroll is, I always say play about 10% of it just to be safe. 50-50s are, I mean, it's a slow way to build your bankroll. I know a lot of people are going to play and they want to play and they want to play now and they want to win and they got to have it. It's not always the best. It's super slow, I understand, but it's the most consistent way to build your bankroll. If you play 50-50s from now until the start of the NFL season, in theory, you should have your bankroll built up so then you can jump right into NFL. The best time to play MLB, though, is literally like the first week of NFL because everyone's going to be focusing on NFL and they might just throw in their line, especially on the Sunday. Tanaka is worse against righties, but still a lefty that can have power in Yankee Stadium. Probably pretty cheap. Actually, let's see how cheap he is. So just looking at FanDuel, looking at what Odor costs, probably less. Well, it might be over 3,000 now because he's been pretty decent. And sometimes they don't mark them up as much as they do for Coors, but sometimes they do mark them up. Let's see. Odor's 4,100. My God, no. Why is he that expensive? See, they mark him up for Yankee Stadium now. So I guess Odor's not, unless you're going very contrarian, you want to put him in there. I did not expect him to be that expensive. So other bats, hits-wise, Gene Segura has 9 hits off Gerrit Cole. D. Gordon has 8 hits. D. Gordon, if he can get on, he can steal bases and get you even more runs. So those are some of the bats. So what we're going to do is I have the cheat sheet's going to be up on the website. You can sign up. You got a day pass. Go ahead, check that day pass out. We do have 25 of the passes left. And I'll get this to you. 25 of the passes for the rest of the MLB season and the entire NFL DFS season for $99. So if that's something you guys have been interested in, this will be the best deal. Once those are gone, the season, as you can see, will be $150 for NFL, and you'll have to buy MLB separately. So right now, you can get the early bird special. That includes season passes for both MLB and NFL, subscriber-only detailed slate breakdown articles for the NFL, NFL cheat sheets, MLB cheat sheets, and optimal lineups, and articles for baseball. So the optimal lineups, we do tell you, don't just copy and paste them. Definitely look at them, mix and match with the cheat sheet, mix and match a little bit with your own research, because that will be what we're doing. We're trying to make you a better DFS player. If you're here just looking for lineups, you just want a lineup to plug in and play, and that's it, probably head over to Twitter, because that is not what we do. Seattle was not expected to crush. No, they weren't, because it was Verlander. I did think it would be I did say James Paxton was undefeated against Houston. I thought they would win, but I did think it would be like a 2-1 score, like a small score. I didn't think it would be that many runs. I'll put it that way. Stanton, Hicks are both. I love both. It's unbelievable to see that Aaron Hicks, with every home run that he hits, it's a career. It's career. Now, it's probably because he's always injured, but you have to ride Aaron Hicks right now when he's hot. The problem is most of Aaron Hicks' power does come from the left side, and he will be facing the right side. But you have to think about it this way. If you're paying up for Hicks, which I'm sure he's probably pretty expensive, but $3,900. If you're paying up for Hicks, he's a switch hitter. He's facing Mike Minor. I don't expect Mike Minor to be in the game that long, and they'll probably bring in a righty, so then he'll switch over to the left side. So you kind of got to think that way. I highly doubt that the batters will see Mike Minor for 3 bats in this game. So they're most likely will bring in a righty there. Aaron Hicks is a switch hitter. He's a little bit better on the left side, though. It's where all his huge power home runs come. When he does hit a home run batting righty, it's usually to opposite field, to right field, and it's not as crushed as it is when he's batting lefty. So let's see. Stanton, Hicks are both. Stanton, Torres. Torres, unfortunately, has not looked as good. He doesn't look like he's 100% healed from the DL, but, he makes a good one, too. You go Stanton, Torres. Torres is probably priced up as well, I would just assume. Torres is $3,900. So, yeah, Hicks or Torres are $3,900. I know they're different. You could use them in a utility spot. They're going to take up the same amount of salary. So, does anyone have questions about anything upcoming? So, again, we do have the home run contest for baseball. So, when I ask you guys if you for the home run contest, and you do all that. I'm looking for something for NFL. I haven't figured it out yet because I would like to give out week free of NFL. But I'm not sure what kind of contest we could have. Maybe it could be like the Thursday night football game. Whoever has the closest total amount of points on the board, maybe get the weekend for free. Something like that. I don't know. We don't normally do Thursday night lineups or Thursday through Sunday lineups. We can when it's, allows us to late swap, but normally we only do we've done Monday through Thursday lineups too. So I'll figure it out. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. The best idea you have, maybe we'll see. You can email me, support@dailyrotohelp.com. I'm just trying to figure it out. So any questions, you can ask. Comment below when the video goes live, actually. So that's really what I've got, guys. If you are looking for lineups to mix and match with, you can go over our cheat sheet. You can go over our article that we have that hopefully breaks down a little bit of the pitchers we like. So I think there's 30 there's 30 pitchers total. I think there's like 9 or 10 pitchers that we've taken from the 30 and we've put the ones that we like. And I mean, for the most part, probably that's what I would look at. And some of them will be GPP, and we've gone over the ones that we like for GPP here. So then you can take this video, and then you can look at the article. The cheat sheet has FanDuel, DraftKings. It has all positions. FanDuel, DraftKings, and Yahoo projected points that we like. Obviously, with baseball, and I've said this in numerous videos, but baseball is super hard to project. It's a lot harder than NBA, and it's a little bit harder than NFL just because, like I say, Max Scherzer can go out. He can give up 8 runs. He doesn't do it much, but he can. And then you paid up, $12,000 for Scherzer, or you pay up for Stanton and he strikes out 5 times in a game. I mean, that stuff happens. So it's really hard to project. But we have projections for you. Those are things to kind of go off of. We do give out optimal lineups on the website. It is not something you should just look at and copy and paste, because that's not going to make you a better DFS player. And that's really what we're trying to do. That's why we've been around for 4 years. That's why we've got a lot of lifetime subscribers. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Another perk to signing up for the NFL, if you get the season, or if you're a year member or a lifetime member, we're going to have a group me chat. And with that, you can't really see anything. But we're going to have a group me chat where you can ask questions and I'll answer them. If I'm not able to get there, we have right now, I think there's 9 people in there, and they bounce ideas off of each other all of the time. They ask, who do you think should pitch, this one or this one? And they will help you out. I will help you out if I see it, which I have my phone with me. The only times I won't help out is if I'm driving to something. I don't really want to be on my phone on the interstate, but a lot of people help each other out. Think of it as like forums, but in an app. I tried forums. It wasn't as quick as a response. You didn't get notifications. With GroupMe, you get instant notifications, like a text message. Instant notifications when people ask a question. So if you would like to get, and we have it for MLB, it's free. So if you want to go ahead and check out, just email me, support@dailyrotohelp.com, and say you're interested in the GroupMe chat, and I'll get you added to the MLB. The NFL will be subscriber only. So if you're interested, go ahead and get the rest of the MLB season and the entire NFL season for $99. Once that's gone, the entire NFL season will be $225. So they have the early bird special for both of them for $99, or you can get the early bird only for NFL for $150. But once NFL starts, it's going to be $225. So what I would suggest, if you are interested, go ahead. If not, and you say I'm just a money grab, I'm not, though. I mean, I've spent 30 minutes of my time on here to help you guys out. regardless if you don't subscribe, I still try to get a video out every single day for you. A lot of free information. Tips are welcome. People don't, but if you wanted to, you could. I would not mind it. But anything, if you guys at all felt this was helpful, please thumbs the video up, give it a like, subscribe to our YouTube page, and hit that bell notification. That's the big thing now. Just being a subscriber is not enough, because it doesn't show you when the video goes live. It doesn't show you when we go live or when we post a new video. You have to have the bell notification, which I don't know. YouTube's kind of dumb that way. But yeah, so thank you guys for checking this video out. If you have any questions that we didn't get answered, comment in this video below, and people or myself will try to answer it for you. And that's really all I've got for you guys. I got to head to a meeting right now, but I will try to help you out as much as I possibly can. Good luck today, guys. And as always, bring them that bacon, guys. Peace out.